Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Corks and Cauldron, where two friends uncork a bottle, cast a few spells, and dive deep into fantasy books and theories. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Jen. Quick disclaimer, this is an adult podcast about adult books. So expect some spicy language, spicy content, finally,
Finally.
and spicy spoilers.
So now let's grab a drink, grab a snack, and get started. Today we're covering chapters 30 through 39, so we're a little bit over halfway. We're in like the last quarter part of this book of Gleam from the Play to Prisoner series. So, Jen, what are we eating today?
Okay, so we're going to have a conversation today with Lou about how everything in the Fifth Kingdom is overly sweet.
It's just covered in sugar.
And I have a recipe called slow cooker honey glazed ham. And it fits the bill because they have eaten ham on multiple occasions in the book already.
Mhm.
And this one is your favorite. You make it in the crock pot. So you've got a crock pot and you do have to use a small bowl, but only to mix the stuff that's going to go on top of the ham. So it's okay.
The glaze. So
Yeah.
you have a small bowl and you have a mixing instrument, whether it's a fork or a whisk or whatever.
Whatever. Yeah.
So that's 3 dishes right there.
Why? I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're right.
That's
Darn
right,
it.
I'm right. And then if you're not pouring it on, like, do you have a brush thing that you have to, like, brush the glaze on?
Are there people that don't own those?
I had to buy some specifically.
So that's a yes.
Yes.
Shoot.
I
Well,
have
then
I have both the silicone kind and the, like,
I like the
bristle kind.
silicone one because the bristle one, they tend to fall apart.
Yeah,
And we used to use them for barbecue on the grill.
yeah.
And now we just use a silicone one because
They're so much
it's
easier.
easier.
I will say the bristle ones are great for, like, actually chip painting, like, I
Well,
use them
yeah,
when I make
painting,
tumblers. Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
different.
sure
Okay,
is.
but back to the ham. Sorry. This recipe calls for a 4 to 5 pound boneless spiral sliced ham. In the Midwest at Easter time, you don't find that small of a ham, so you get like a 7 or 8 pound ham,
Mhm.
which is fine. You just kind of double the ingredients. It's fine.
It's fine.
So you got this ham. You get your crock pot out, you stick the liner in the crock pot if you use them. If you don't and like to clean stuff with difficulty, that's you. I like the liner
I have so many
anyway,
mixed emotions about the liner.
because of the plastics,
Yeah, I can't get over the microplastics, but I'm so lazy.
but it's so much easier, like,
It's
when some
so
of the
much
stuff that we make.
easier. Yeah, I get
Okay,
it. I'm not judging. I was just yeah.
and for this one, I think you'd want a
You
liner,
have
but
honey, it's gonna get sticky. Yeah.
so ham, and then you're gonna get light brown sugar, honey, Dijon mustard, and water. And so if you get a up to 5 pound ham, you get it's half a cup brown sugar, half a cup honey, a tablespoon or whatever your heart feels like for the Dijon mustard, because I like to go a little extra because I like the taste and it
Fair
cuts
enough.
back on the sweet a
Yeah.
little. And then a quarter of a cup water. You need the water to one, break down the sugar so that it's not grainy.
Mm.
And two, make this more of a glaze, not a super thick syrup.
Yeah,
Because if you just use the honey and the sugar,
it's just syrup. Yeah.
it's too syrupy. So you just mix all that together and then pour it over your spiral sliced ham. If you want to, you can separate the layers a little bit so that it gets into
So,
them
like, it
too.
actually yeah.
Yeah. And then you're just gonna cook it in the crock pot for 5 to 6 hours on low. And I took some time every hour or so and with a spoon or a ladle, just kind of respread some of the glaze over so that I was making sure that there was still plenty
So it
of it
was
going on.
well coated.
Yeah. And then you take out the ham, and if you want, you can thicken the glaze with cornstarch and cold water. You do a tablespoon of cornstarch and a tablespoon of water, cold water, mix it together, and then pour it in, and it helps to thicken.
What happens if you use warm water?
It's not going to work as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, cooking is a science.
It's science. But then you can take the glaze and pour more of it on or just leave it to the side, and people can add it on if they feel like they need to have more sugar in their lives. Anyway, slow cooker glazed ham. It's yummy. So, what are we going to drink with this?
I'm so excited for this one because I have
Okay.
thought so long and hard about this pun. We are drinking some sweet ass white from Prairie Creek. They're It's so good. Prairie Creek is a local winery here in Nebraska, and we are drinking sweet ass wine because they both get a tap that sweet ass.
Yes.
It's just an honor to the long awaited, tension loaded, holy shit, we're 3 books in and they haven't even banged yet
Slowest of slow
storyline
burns.
that we have suffered through. So, yes, that was my pun is I gotta tap that sweet ass and it's sweet
I
ass
like
wine.
that.
Thank you. Thank
That was
you.
good.
Shall we jump into the books then?
Yes.
Okay, we're
Oh,
gonna
that
jump
was too
into
excited.
well, I mean, it is exciting because we're jumping into chapter 30, and this whole chapter is just foreplay.
It was such a good it was
It
I
was
I enjoyed the back and forth banter in this chapter, and especially with it opening up with him telling her, I just wanna hear you say it again." So
their banter was super good. The dirty talk was super hot,
yes, and the chapter starts with them face to face against a wall.
but not touching.
Not
No
touching
touchy. No
because he
touchy.
it's not sunset yet
Yes, the sun is still out.
for another 30-ish minutes.
Yeah, so they just have a half hour of like a strip tease.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's I wish I had that kind of confidence, but
Also, I wanna know okay, so there's a couple things that hit me in chapter 30. One, how long are her ribbons? I don't think that's ever discussed, but
the fan art show well, her ribbons are long enough to wrap around her waist a couple times, and they're long enough to drag on the ground.
I thought that they might be like a train,
Yeah.
but not a super long Princess Diana train, but just maybe a
A
couple of
modest
inches.
train?
But then the more I read, the more I'm like, "Oh, no, they've gotta be longer than that."
Yeah, they've gotta be a pretty decent length.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry. I got distracted by the ribbons because
they come into play.
they come into play a few times, you know? I like that they were holding up her dress for her because,
Mm.
when you break all the corsets in your dress
Right.
and you can't really tie up the whole back
Yeah.
because your ribbons would be suffocating, something has to hold up your dress for you.
Ribbon's gotta be good for something.
And, damn the man who made the corset dress.
Damn the man. Men should try wearing corsets.
She tells him that in
Yep.
this episode.
Yep. What else happened in chapter 30? There's one of your favorite lines in chapter
My
30.
Yep. It's like my favorite paragraph maybe. So this is after she's made the decision to
And she's,
sleep
like,
with
having an inner monologue with herself of, like
yes,
she's I don't wanna say she's struggling with it because she wants to do it, but I think she's struggling to, like, be okay with wanting it. Does that make sense?
it does. I also have a problem with this chapter, but I'll get to that after I read
Yes.
this. So, while she's getting ready to strip for Slade
Seduce.
because
She's
he has asked her to undress for him, and after she makes sure that he's not going to touch her,
Mhm.
and he drags his chair out from the balcony into his room
Yep.
and sits down, she's kind of staring at him and the ribbons have fallen away, and she's like, "There comes a point in your life when you have to choose between having regrets and the possibility of making mistakes. I'd rather make those mistakes than live without ever taking a chance because I've missed out on too much already. Taking chances can be like walking through a mudslide where every inch of you gets stained, but regrets are the stagnant pools of deprivation, and I've been waiting in them for too long. It's time to get a little dirty." And then she starts to strip, which is fantastic.
I love that for her.
What I didn't like about this chapter is Orton's lying to Slade. He has been very clear that if they do this, this is not going to be a one time thing.
It's
They're
a
going to be
commitment.
together. It's a
Yeah.
commitment.
Man, if every man was like that.
And she has agreed to this knowing that she plans to run away, and she was not planning on telling him that she was going to run away.
That's fair.
She was doing this for her so
She
that
was
she
being
would know
selfish.
what
Yeah.
it felt like to be with Slade. And then she'd have that memory to take with her. And I thought that was kind of shitty.
I didn't even think about that. I was just caught up in the fact that they're finally banging.
I was so excited about that too. The first time I read it, that's what I was caught up on. And then this
Yeah.
time during my reread, I was like,
Yeah, you're right. She had not planned on telling him at this point. At this point, it was just her and Risa sneaking out.
and Polly.
Have they announced Polly yet?
They'd already
Okay.
announced Polly.
And Dig.
Yeah, if she can
Yeah,
find him.
right.
but she's
So
planning on leaving in 2 days, and she wanted to do this before she left.
I
So I
didn't
thought
even think
that
that
was
is kinda shitty.
kinda shitty.
I I don't know if I blame her,
Nope, definitely don't.
but it is a little shitty.
Yeah.
Like, how devastated do you think Rip would have been? Slade, whatever we're calling him.
He would have found her.
Oh,
Like, we know that Midas will go to the ends of the earth to find Orin. We are already aware of this,
mhm.
and we'll become more aware of it later,
Yeah,
but Slade would break the world
literally.
to find her. He would. So, they're dirty talk in this chapter, though.
Oh, and the foreplay?
Yeah.
I was blushing.
Were you blushing?
Blushing. I was.
Aw.
Mainly because I was reading it, like, on the couch, and Omaha was trying to talk to me, and I'm like, "You have got to stop for, like, 10 minutes."
Aw.
Like, how
Poor
do you
guy.
know?
That's fantastic.
We're not gonna go into there's not a lot to, like, unpack in this chapter. It's
I
literally
mean,
just them foreplay.
I
Yeah.
like the striptease she does because she shimmies out of her outfit and she's not facing him.
It's like a full-on
And
striptease. Like, if there had been some music playing, I would
yeah,
not have been surprised.
and he actually tells her to go slower and she's like bossy.
And then
And
he reminds her that he's a king.
he does remind her that he's a king, and he asks her to take down her hair,
Mhm.
and her ribbons do it for her.
Again, when you have
Which
24 extra hands, like, put them to use.
yep. And then he comments about how he also did not like the corsets, but he likes the lingerie.
Mhm.
And I just imagine the cheeky underwear that you can buy,
Yep. Yep.
but just full lace
That's
is what I was
exactly what I
picturing,
pictured. And then I pictured fishnet stockings because
that were glittery.
they were gilded gold because she was wearing them. They were touching
Okay.
her skin.
I thought it was just shiny, I
Nope.
guess.
Yep, they
Like,
were gold.
okay.
Yep.
And
So, yeah, I
then
full on pictured, like, an '80s striptease.
and I like the part where he has her put her feet up and
Okay.
he unlaces her boots.
So
That to me is just fantastic.
getting a little hot over there?
Are you?
No. Well, give me another glass of wine before that happens.
Okay.
Did you okay, so I tried to position myself how Orin had herself she put her foot in between his legs, right?
Yes.
But that's not he's not gonna have the full view that she alluded to then.
I
If
didn't think so either.
it was
I
okay.
was having trouble with that unless she's standing with her legs slightly open and
Yeah.
tilting back or something like that, but
Like, if she had it on one side of his legs, I could totally see, like,
yeah,
why. 100%. But, like, in between, I got caught up on that a little bit.
I had a little trouble with that, but I really liked the fact that he undid her
Yes.
laces for her.
Yes. Alright,
And
shall oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and I liked the part where he tried to convince her that she needed to, sit on his bed.
Yeah, and she's like, "I'm not gilding your whole bed.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not happening."
and he was like, "I don't care." It was cute.
Chapter 31 is they're still continuing their bang fest, but this is in Slade's POV. So we're
Yes,
getting everything from his point of view.
and the sun has just set. He already
Mhm.
has his shirt off.
Yeah, he's basically halfway there. Yeah.
She had just taken her gloves off and touched the wall. And that's it. He's done. He's ready.
Yep.
Let's
Mhm.
start kissing. And this kiss is hot.
Hot, hot, hot. Yes, yes. It was very well written. It was not
Oh,
cringy,
yeah.
I did not think. This is the point that as readers, we've slogged through 3 books to get to this point. We did not slog through.
Slogged,
They were
but
good books, but I'm just sometimes I hate a slow burn. I just struggle with it. Like,
so
they're making out.
they're making out, and he's seriously considering taking her just up against the wall.
Yep. Yep.
But then he was like, then
It's our
he
first time.
decides, no, it's our first time.
I wanna make it right.
Let's do it on the bed. And he moves her over to the bed, and then
The pillow,
the pillow
'cause
breaks.
she had turned his pillow solid gold, if you remember not well, last
Couple
episode.
chapters ago.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. She put her face up to his pillow to, get a whiff of the man,
Mhm.
and she turned that pillow solid gold. Well, that comes back to haunt them here because that gold pillow falls through the bed, straight through the bed onto the stone
Stone floor.
floor. Yeah, and Orin doesn't know how to handle it. She's just like,
Well, he saves her from falling with the pillow
Right.
onto the floor by moving her a little further over. So now I'm picturing the bed is
Slanted. I'm
slanted.
picturing, like, feathers just softly
Yes,
billowing.
because because of the mattress. And they pause for a minute and he says, "Do you think it's gonna fall through the floor?" And she has to stop for a minute and seriously consider it,
Right.
because
Yeah.
that would I mean, Midas is already gonna be angry when he finds out that they've had
Had
sex,
yeah, had sex, much less touched.
touched,
Yeah, yeah.
but to have that happen and him not be aware of something that has been gilded
Mhm,
in his castle as far as he's
mhm.
concerned. I know
Yeah,
it's not his castle, but as far as
but
he's concerned, it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
So she's like, "I don't think so."
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, her worry kind of made me giggle.
A little bit. I do wanna point out that it's obvious how comfortable they are with each other.
Yes.
The fact that they can stop and be like, Okay, let's assess the situation really quick before
Yeah.
we dive back in." So,
And dive back in they do.
oh my goodness. Yes.
Sh uh, he is helping her take off her clothes,
Mhm. Like a
but he
gentleman.
he still has his pants on,
Mhm.
and
She's not about that.
she's not about that. I think her ribbons actually take off her underwear when he takes off her stockings, and then she gets tired of his pants being on because they're in her way.
Yep.
So she has her ribbons slice the buttons
And he
and take
is
off his pants, and he loves it.
so turned on by
Like, he absolutely loved it. And there's a lot of dirty talk in this, guys,
there's a lot
because
of hair grabbing, wall pinning.
Slade does dirty talk so well, and
Oh, well.
I enjoyed that not only does he do it, he's encouraging her to tell him what
Mhm.
she wants.
He's not encouraging, he's forcing it a little bit.
Whatever, forcing, encouraging. I was trying to be nice, but I like it because it's making her tell him what she likes,
Mhm.
and she's actually trying to figure that out herself.
She's never taken anyone in her bed with her own volition other than Midas.
And even Midas wasn't really I mean, she
It
thought
was
it
a
was her
survival.
choice,
Yeah. Yeah, but it was she was trying to
but it
survive and she thought she loved him.
yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, this is the first time that she's made the conscious decision, I'm gonna say, to take someone into her bed.
Yes,
That was her 100% her
her
choice.
choice.
Is this a chapter where Slade says something about, like, "I can't wait to get the ribbons involved"? Because doesn't she like, the ribbons hold her up in bed or something?
They do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a lot of fun with that.
I I think that it would he could definitely have some fun with that.
Mhm.
There are all sorts of interesting things that could be done with those ribbons, and they finally have sex.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, their first liaison. You made it
I
a
was
point to
feeling
use that word,
I
so
was
I
feeling
like it.
fancy.
And one of my favorite lines is once he is finally okay, once he's finally fully seated inside of her,
Mm.
and he just stops so that she can have a chance to get used to him.
To adjust, yeah.
Can we talk about men's girth in
Fantasy
these
books?
books?
He was
Because
so big, my fingers barely touched.
'cause
Terrifying.
it's not safe, guys. Like, I mean, it's one thing for a guy to be super wide, but for him to be so long that he touches your belly button and your spine,
Mhm. Not
I
safe.
have concerns
Not safe.
for you and your anatomy.
Luckily, these are fantasy books.
I know. I know. My
I like
point,
how
though,
that's
is
I like how that's your problem and everyone else gets hung up on the ribbons that Orin has on her back, and you're like, "No, no, 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 no. Let's talk about this monster dong for a minute."
yeah, thank you. Thank you for understanding me, Gabby. I appreciate you for this. But anyway, he's finally fully seated inside of her, and he's just sitting there talking to her because that's what you do.
He was trying to be considerate,
No, move,
which
move.
okay, so that's what Orin says. Orin's just like, "What are you doing? Move." But I do like
I get him trying to be kind and
yeah,
letting her get used to that. However,
she was a professional saddle. Like,
yeah.
Slade was not her first rodeo.
Huh, but he will be later.
But, like, and I'm not slut shaming, I'm not trying to be like, she's loose or what, like, we're not doing that, but I am gonna
No.
say, like, this was not her first time. She knows what to expect.
And I think that this is the first time she's ever been as well prepared
Her
because
body and mind,
I feel
yeah,
like most of the time her body wasn't as prepared for her partners because the dirty talk and
the
the
striptease,
striptease
and the fact
and
that she was actually attracted to him and she
yes,
wanted to take him to bed, that's completely different than, like, just lay down and take it, which is what her first 5 years was?
which let's you know,
We can talk about that.
that
That's a
that
good
requires
segue.
lubrication, guys. It
Any good
should,
stuff does. Yep.
unless you just don't care about pleasing your partner, which I'm assuming as a saddle, most of the time they didn't care.
Right.
So either
Probably.
she was using some kind of lubrication beforehand
Mhm.
or it didn't matter because
It was
girth
such a
again just
yeah,
didn't matter
right.
because,
Yeah,
you know,
because Slade's got the monster dong because he's our main character.
but yeah, and not everybody has that. So, I mean, her own body was preparing her for this. She
Yes.
was
Yeah.
very excited,
Yes.
which I'm going to
Correct.
assume she really hadn't been for anyone else. Maybe Midas at first.
Well, even then, with Midas, it got to the point where she was just so touch starved that any touch would have set her body on fire,
That's
right?
true.
Like, she just
That's
yeah.
true. But only Slade gets to do something to her that I don't think has ever happened with another person.
Not this next chapter, but a few chapters later is that what you're talking
Well,
about?
no, this chapter, she has an orgasm, and I don't think that she has ever had one with someone else.
Well, okay, so we missed the first 10 years of her and Midas because we come in 10
Correct.
years later. But even then, like, the scenes after they talk about how he finally touched her or whatever, she still feels empty, right?
And it's all about his pleasure, not hers.
Mhm. Yeah. So, I wouldn't I I'm hesitant to say it was her first one. I will give you her first one in 10 years.
No, I just mean her first one with another person.
Okay. Do that, yeah.
I'm
Someone other
sure
than
she's had them herself
yeah,
because most of us figure that out on our own when we're younger and
you should. It's
explore.
healthy to do that.
It's healthy to masturbate so you know exactly what it is you like.
Yeah. And then
I
you can communicate that.
and I know that there are some women that cannot have an orgasm, and I am sad for those women. I'm so sorry if you are one of those women. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
for those of us that can, figuring it out ourselves is really important. And I think she knew how to make herself have an orgasm, but I think
Well,
Slade's the first male that has given her one.
I think maybe Slade was the first one who went in with the intention of giving her one. Because the orgasm's the body's natural response, right? So,
True.
like, maybe it did happen before, but she just, A, didn't realize what it was, or B, like, still felt dirty afterwards because it wasn't enjoyable, right?
That's true. Okay, I can get behind that.
So, I completely see where you're coming from too, and, like, the point that she's been with Midas for 10 years, probably only had, like, 3 orgasms with him, and still felt gross afterwards is telling.
I'm really
Like, that
sad for her right now.
I know. I kinda wanna give her a hug.
Not right now though, because she's kind of busy.
She does not wanna touch us right now. Yeah.
No. Nope,
But
she's having
anyway,
too much fun
they banged the night away
all night.
all night, literally all night.
It's a Lionel Richie song.
So we go into chapter 32. We're back to Oren's POV.
Mm.
Um, and Oren she's getting that aftercare, right? She's snuggling, she's with another man. She spent the first night not with Midas.
And now she's sneaking around getting dressed so she doesn't wake him up
She's trying
because
to
he's
sneak out.
finally asleep.
Yep. Yep.
And she tries to sneak out so that she can go take a quick bath
Mhm.
before
Midas shows
the
up.
sun rises
Mhm.
and Midas maybe shows up.
So she still has a black eye at this point, right? Or a bruised cheek or
She's
yeah,
got a light bruise on her cheek. So she's trying to sneak out. She's trying to go into the main room,
the sitting area.
the sitting area where Fake Rip is.
She doesn't get that far.
No.
She goes to open the door and the door slams shut because Slade woke up and was like, "What the fuck are you doing sneaking out?"
Yeah, where are you going?
Yeah. What's happening?
We just committed ourselves. Hello.
Yeah. What you think you can sneak out? Who do you think you are?
And she has to tell him that she's got to go back to her room.
Yep. She needs to bathe. She needs to be there in case Midas does show up.
And he's like, all right, let me get dressed real quick and I'll take you. And that goes over well. So well.
So well.
She is 100% against this.
Well, he tries to talk her into going for another round, and she's like, "The sun's gonna be up in like 5 minutes." It wasn't gonna be 5 minutes. She had time to bathe, but she's like, "We do not have time.
No,
I need to
they definitely
go.
did not.
Yeah, I need
I
to
mean,
leave."
yes.
And he does respect that. When she says no, he respects it.
Yeah, he respects her saying no. The leaving part, however,
Not
he's
so
less
much.
inclined to
Yeah,
allow.
yeah,
So they go out into the sitting room. Fake Rip is sitting on her coat, and breakfast is there.
yeah. So he's just chilling, eating, waiting to get to probably talk to real Rip.
Slade about leaving because that's what their plan was.
Mhm.
Today they were going to leave
Yep.
and go to Deadwell because they had just found out from Midas that he had surveyors there
Mm-hmm.
and they were going to take care of that.
Yeah.
And Fake Rip asks, so I take it we're not leaving now.
He is not happy.
No.
Rip doesn't let him talk anymore. Rip cuts him off and just says, "We'll talk about it later." So Oren doesn't know exactly what's happening here.
Mhm.
There's some internal, how do I want to phrase this? Like, I don't want to say inner monologue, but there's like, when you're with two friends and they have their own conversation and you're just
And you don't even need to like use
use whole
words.
sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what they're doing right now. It's very clear that they've worked together forever. And so they have this communication down to a science, and we'll learn more exactly why they talk like that. Other than
Mhm.
the fact that they have worked together for forever, there's another reason why they are like that. But yeah, Rip does not want to have that conversation in front of Oren. One, I don't think he wants her to know too much. I think he's still in that king mindset, and he's like, the less she knows, the better it is. And two, I don't think he wants her to feel bad or obligated or like he's trying to run out.
Exactly.
So I think it's a two-prong shutdown.
And he still has some feelings about last night and this morning
He
anyway,
does. Yes.
because her trying to sneak out has made him feel a bit insecure because why would she be sneaking out if she actually wanted this to happen?
Yeah, he's worried that she's pulling back, and he is not
Scared.
about that. Yeah.
So
Because
he's trying to get her to stay. He wants her to have sex. Then he's like, okay, well, if you don't want to have sex, maybe you should eat something before you leave.
we spent a lot of energy, expelled a lot of energy last night. You need to eat up.
So she's like, one croissant.
She was also hungry. It
She
did not
was.
take much to convince her to have a croissant.
And he was like, yes, one croissant and eggs and
Mhm.
maybe some of this fruit
And some
and
ham.
some
You need the
coffee.
protein. Yep.
And so he loads her up. I can just picture, in animated shows, that plate that's
Mountain of
piled
food.
high.
Yes.
And that's what I was picturing. Is
Yes.
he gives her this plate that's just packed full, and she's like, I I can't eat all
One
this.
croissant. I agreed to
So
one croissant.
so
Yeah.
they kick out Fake Rip.
He has to go sit
Poor guy
outside
has to go sit on the balcony,
in
and
Fifth
it's
Kingdom where
snowing
it's
again. So they're sitting there eating and they're talking, and she really is just kind of reassuring him.
yeah.
And he
She's
threatens.
she's reassuring him when she's focused. She gets distracted by the powdered sugar on his lips for a while and
Oh,
like
yeah. I
completely
mean,
loses track.
if there were beignets out there and he was,
Mhm.
like, licking his lips, I would get
100%.
distracted too.
100%. No judgment. I am not judging our girl.
No.
Nope. Totally get it.
But so they're talking about breakfast, and he's trying to convince her to stay.
He's very obviously trying to like detain her. Maybe not detain, but
Yes.
like distract her
I
long
mean,
enough.
he does threaten to tie her to his bed,
That's true.
and she says something about she wouldn't be able to do that, and he was like, "I'm sure your ribbons would help me."
100% they would. Her ribbons are loyal to her ribbons.
Yes.
But they're talking a little bit. Like they're just Rip is asking her questions, question after question after question.
Yes.
And one of the questions is, so what happens if you try to bathe during the day? Does the water turn to solid gold? And that's when we find out that she could turn it to solid gold, but it takes a lot of power. So it's liquid gold, but it's hard to get clean with
I
liquid
mean, it's
gold.
gross, guys.
Yeah.
Nobody
It's
wants to clean themselves with gold,
right.
except for maybe Scrooge
Midas.
McDuck.
Yeah.
Midas.
Him
Yeah,
too.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And then she realizes
Exactly what he's doing.
what he's doing. He's trying to get her to stay so she can't bathe
So she smells like him
all day long.
all day long.
He is trying to mark his territory, and
Yes.
he has zero guilt about this.
No, he's like, I told you the Fae are much more feral than what you're used to.
Yes.
Like, he's got no guilt about it. But
Yeah.
he does respect her when she finally manages to extract herself. And he wants to walk her to her room. And she's like, are you fucking nuts? Nothing good can happen if you do that.
Nothing. So she finally gets him to let her go, only with the promise that she'll come see him tonight
Hmm.
in the Fourth Kingdom's army
Yep. And
camp.
the army camp. And
In the
that
army camp.
Lou will meet her and sneak her
Yes.
out.
And Lou will take her to him, and she's kind of confused, but more on that later. So she gets to her room, and Schofield, of course, is thrilled.
Well, before that, though, I do want to back up a little
Oh,
bit. So he throws out that Lou is going to meet her and that they'll be able to sneak out of the balcony. And he's like, I hear you already know how to do that. And does a little snicker. And she's like, that bitch Lou
she
told
told you?
you. And when I say that bitch, I mean it nicely. But she's like, of course Lou told you. Of course this embarrassing thing happened to me and Lou went and told you. And I'm sure Lou did it in a nice way, but like probably in a, hey, the balcony's a weak spot. I just caught Orange trying to sneak out. Also, look how she did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I just wanted to point out that Lou is loyal to Slade. I don't think
Yes.
we ever doubted that. And as much as Oren likes her, I do think that Oren should be aware of that fact.
I really can't wait to hear more about Lou.
I want to know so much more about her story. And we do get a little bit of it here, a smidge bit, a baby bit.
Yeah, a little bit later.
Yeah.
But before that, we're going to go to chapter 33.
And we're gonna learn about my Ebe, Queen Melina. Yeah, she's my girl. No one else likes her, but I'm here for her.
It's good that someone is.
Me and Geo, we're here for her.
And this does open with Geo fishing. It's so cold where they're at that
He's
he
fishing.
has to break the ice every once in a while because it freezes over.
Mhm.
And he's got this bucket that used to be for
Maybe,
ash
yeah,
or
ash
coal
something, yeah.
for the fire. And Queen Melina is sitting there looking out the window, watching him,
And just
and
being a
she's
royal
stewing.
bitch about it. She is.
She is so angry,
Yeah.
and she has to realize she doesn't, just so
Yeah.
we're clear,
Yeah.
yet, but she hasn't realized just how bad things have gotten for her yet.
She's mad that she's stuck in a safe house. She's mad that she has to eat fish from that Geo fishes. She's mad about the smell of the fish. She's mad about the lumpy mattress and the dusty books
And the rebels, and the
the
fact that she's
rebels and
wearing old style clothing.
yes, like she's just mad about the most ridiculous things, which just proves how disconnected she is from reality.
Yes.
As much as I'm Queen Melina fan, she is very disconnected, and she's mad at Midas, and she's mad at everybody but herself. She's not
Yeah.
taking any accountability for anything at this point.
Because nothing is her fault.
Yeah. She's a queen. She's never had to be responsible
Responsible.
for for any well, in theory, monarchs should be responsible for their people, but we won't get into that.
Midas did not allow her.
True.
But on the flip side of that, she could have still done things. There were things
Well,
she could have done as a queen.
and she grew up knowing she was gonna be a queen eventually, right?
Yes.
Like, she had all the proper training, she knew what it was like to rule a kingdom. Her family for generations had been ruling over 6 kingdom.
Yeah.
She knew what to do. She just fumbled it.
Hardcore fumbled it.
Yes. And Geo's done with her.
He takes so much shit
He's
from
not done
her.
with her. He's frustrated.
He
He's just
is.
frustrated with her.
He comes in with this bucket of fish and he starts cleaning them, and she asks, "Do you have to do that here?"
And he's like, "I have literally been working day and night to keep you safe and fed, and all you've been doing is complaining."
And they bicker back and forth a little bit about this.
Tensions are high on both sides.
Yes.
100%.
He's stressed out because He knows she hasn't accepted what's happened yet.
Mhm.
She hasn't accepted it. The guards are currently missing
Mhm.
because they went to go back to
Yeah,
the
so
castle to see what happened.
she's down 2 guards for sure because they stayed behind to, like, close up the hidden door and make sure no one knew it was there, and then she's down another 2 guards because they went back to town to see if they could find a carriage or find anything or find out what happened or find out the status of what's going on. Is it safe for her to go back? Is it whatever? They just wanna know what's happening.
And she becomes, what do they call it in books? Waspish.
She becomes uber bitchy, and she never lets a man have the last word. She never lets anyone have the last word. So they've been bickering back and forth, and eventually she says, "If I have a question on how to spread my legs and fuck for a living, I'll consult you, Geo." She is not having any of his very sound and solid advice.
Mhm. And it's such a shitty thing to say to him. He saved her life.
Mhm. He
If
dragged her out of bed.
he
Yeah.
he got her clothes ready, he put her shoes on her feet because
Mhm.
does she know how to tie her own shoes? I don't know.
I'm not
Maybe.
convinced. Yeah.
Anyway, he's still trying to protect her.
He's been out fishing in the cold. He's
Yes.
like, yeah, he's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and I do not blame him for finally snapping.
And she's being a spoiled brat.
Makes it really hard for me to defend Melina in this chapter.
Yeah. But he's such a good man that he walks out.
Yeah, he just looks at her, takes a deep breath, and just walks away. Like he's just nothing good is gonna happen if I keep talking to this woman right now.
And I like that about Geo.
It's it's a sign of maturity, I'll say, to know like I just need to walk away from you for 5 minutes before I say something I'm gonna regret. Just give me a chance to cool down. Just give me a minute. Because if you keep pushing, I'm gonna say something and I don't want to say something. I need a second to collect my thoughts.
And since this is Melina and she would never chase anyone anyway,
Fair.
she just lets him go.
Yeah.
Enter Sir Pruin.
He's so sketchy.
He really is. But since she's alone with him now, he's so good at manipulation. I
He
really think that's his
really is.
power. I think that's part of his power.
I mean, that would work though, because he knows people's true desires. So he would know how to manipulate them to get to that.
Yes,
Right? Yeah. He goes on full on, like, pyramid scheme,
he
you know what I
does.
mean? Like, he says stuff like, "You deserve a castle, you
Mhm.
deserve to have people under you and ruling over them, you were born to rule, Midas is trash," and just really just feeding into her ego.
Oh, he definitely fluffs her.
Mhm. Yep. And then he drops a bomb that I still don't know how he knows.
I think he was paying someone to watch her.
You think so?
I think so.
So the bomb that we're talking about is he says, and I quote, "Midas wanted you to claim an heir that wasn't your own." And Melina is like, "Who the fuck told you that? How did you know that? I didn't tell anybody about that."
Mhm.
So you think how
I think that somebody overheard it. Or, like Slade, he gets to see the messages,
yeah. I'm wondering if he's not in cahoots with Midas.
and we never find that out.
We never find that out.
Unless it's in book 6, we don't find it out.
Yeah, because we
Maybe
still
we
haven't
should
read
read
that
book
book.
6, huh?
We really should.
Alright, we'll get on that.
Add it to the list. So
So,
anyway, we don't know
yeah.
how he knows that. I'm glad that I was not the only one who did not know that. But Purin is still pushing for Melina to go to Seventh Kingdom, and she's still like, "There's nothing out there. Drop it."
And he's weird, guys.
I wanted to like him. I did. I wanted to like him.
How'd that go for you?
Not great, but I also like
Okay.
Queen Melina, so clearly I have terrible taste in characters and fake characters.
Fake characters.
Yes, her 2 guards that went to town is what I'm gonna say, finally
Yeah,
came back. And remember, they're in the Sixth Kingdom, so it is fucking blizzarding all the time.
it is.
Like, they come back and they're covered with snow, and I'm picturing, like, mustaches frozen over,
Yes.
look like a Yeti. They look like a Yeti.
The Okay. And Geo, being the kind person that he is, brings them a cup of tea. It's something warm to drink to warm them up.
But before he does that, Melina launches into them, and
Yes.
she's like, What happened? Are they still rioting? Who took the castle? What's going on?" And they're just like, "Holy shit, we just walked in. Can we have a
Yeah.
fucking second to thaw out?" Like, and that's when Geo brings over the hot water.
Mhm.
But she wants to know what's going on so she can recruit her allies.
And these guys are nice enough to let her know that everything has calmed down again because Midas sent
Mhm.
soldiers
Yep.
to quell the rioting. And she's kind of baffled by that because how could he have gotten people there that quickly?
Yeah.
And then Pruin
Good old Pruin. Good old sketchy Pruin.
drops his next bomb that he thinks Midas created the chaos in the Sixth Kingdom and then already had his soldiers waiting in the woods, prepared to come in and save the day.
Which supports my theory that those two are in cahoots.
Oh, no, it's yeah, I'll go with that. It does. I just like the word cahoots, though.
Cahoots is fun.
It is.
Yeah, so basically Midas sent in rebels to cause destabilization, overthrow everything, and ignite a rebellion. All because Melina said, "No, I will not claim your bastard child."
And he was prepared for her to say it.
Midas is prepared for literally every move that people make,
I think
for
he's
the most
also
part.
anxiety ridden
I could
because
not.
we like to prepare.
Yeah,
We have fallbacks for fallbacks for
for
fallbacks.
fallbacks. Yep.
So
Yeah.
while they're telling her about this and she's starting to try and figure out how she can get some of the
Some of her
nobles to give her
allies and yeah,
and these guards are like, nope, they've already gone to the Fifth Kingdom. They're not even here anymore. Oh, and by the way,
Midas says you're dead.
Midas says you're dead.
Melina is like, "What? What the fuck?"
I don't know why she gets angry about this. Like, I would be thrilled, but I have a credit score and bills, so
Yeah,
she
yeah,
wanted to be the queen. I forgot. Never mind.
right.
I get it now.
Yeah. But so here is where we get another ice metaphor.
Mhm.
Fury, like I have never known before, hardens like jagged waves of a sea gone glacial. So this is like what, the third, fourth, fifth, maybe kind of like icy metaphor that we've
Mhm.
seen tied to Melina. And I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay.
She is a cold ice queen bitch.
And she's mad, mad, mad.
She's big bad.
And of course, they start arguing again, especially her and Geo, because it's so easy for her to take out her frustrations on Geo because he's just a saddle and she can basically
Push him around.
push him around, or she thinks she can.
Yeah.
Then a shadow passes across the window.
A shadow, you say?
A shadow.
And everyone goes on high alert.
Yes.
Because as far as I know, they're the only ones out there. Why is a shadow passing by the window?
Yes. And by the way, guys, the guards were nice and they brought a cart
Mm,
with a couple of horses.
2 horses? Yeah.
Yes, it is not a carriage because a carriage would have been too conspicuous.
But it's a cart and it's 2 horses, so it's better than walking.
Exactly. So the shadow passes the window. One of the guards goes out, to check it out because in every scary movie, someone has to go find out what that noise
Sure.
is.
There has to be a sacrificial lamb.
Exactly.
But he screams, and that scream is immediately cut off in only the way that death can cut it off.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everybody's trying to figure out the best way to get her out.
And it's decided to sneak out the window. They're going to cause a distraction out the front door
Mhm.
and sneak her out through the window because the cart is only like 20 feet away.
From
So
the
it should
window.
just be a quick sprint,
Yes.
through snow and drifts and cold
It's fine.
to the cart. Yeah.
So they get her out. They start making a run for the cart. Geo gets her into the cart.
Yep. Pruin
And
takes the
then
reins
he pulls out
because
his
of
stabby dagger.
his knife. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. This part's rough.
It
I liked
is.
Geo.
I did.
Yeah.
Much like Sail, he goes the way of Sail, guys.
So Pruin takes the reins, Melina's in the cart, and they take off. And
Yes.
Geo is running behind, he's making sure Melina's okay.
Yes.
And he is so close to getting in the cart. Like he has one hand on, he's hauling himself up,
Mhm.
and then a shadow appears directly next to him, and a sword goes through his back,
Yes.
and he drops.
Poor Geo.
And just like that, Gio joins the growing body count of loyal dudes trying to protect a royal with terrible attitudes.
It's not good, guys.
Yeah. So Melina's a mess. Prune is shady as hell. Gio died, and we don't know where they're going. All we know is that there's a shadow man chasing Melina. Prune is in charge of the horses and carts, so I'm guessing they're going to Seventh Kingdom because that's where he
That's
desperately wants to
pretty
go.
much what I'm thinking too.
Yep. And Melina just watched her lover die.
Her saddle.
It was her lover. Like, she
Whatever.
had feelings for as much as Melina could feel, she had for Gio.
That's fair. And then we go back to chapter 34.
We're back with Oren.
We're back with Oren, who is just waking up from her nap,
She
which
slept the
lasted all
whole
day. And an hour after sunset, she wakes up, and she wakes up because something feels off. And it turns out that Lou is chilling in her room with
literally
her
just
feet
chilling.
up,
The fire's
reading a book,
going. Yeah.
drinking wine.
Lou is living my best life.
And Oren's like, "What the
Good
hell?"
morning, Lou.
And Lou, of course, lets her know, You were snoring,
Nuh-uh.
totally snoring."
Yep. So Lou's been just snacking on
Yeah.
Oren's food, reading a book.
Oren's trying to figure out how she got in because she was sure everything was locked up.
Well, and
But
she's
Lou
under
is like,
guards. Like,
Lou said,
yeah.
I came in through the balcony. And Oren says, I'm sure that door was locked. And Lou,
Huh.
being Lou, goes, Huh,
Was it?
really?
Crazy.
So she talks a lot of shit about how the guards are not good,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Which
how she was able to
reminds,
sneak
yeah,
in.
yeah. But talking about the guards reminds Oren that she still doesn't know where Digby is. She misses Digby
And
and
fail.
and Sale. And Oren kind of spirals a little bit, and she gets sort of lost in everything that she has lost and everyone she
Yeah.
has lost.
And she says something about, I had a good guard. But then they go back to snacking on what Lou left her, which was like a scone and some sketchy
Like
fruit
hard cheese. Yeah. Yeah.
and a bite out of a sandwich.
Something.
I'm sure it
Yeah.
was a honey ham sandwich, guys.
Probably. Yeah.
Probably with some sweetened lettuce or something. I don't know. That just sounds disgusting enough that they would probably make it.
Some candied apples. I don't know.
I do like candied apples, though.
But this chapter has one of
Anyway.
my favorite lines. And Lou, what happens is Lou is commiserating with Oren. So we get a
Mhm.
little bit of insight into some Lou's backstory. And her comfort words are very matter of fact. They're very much just, listen, we've all lost. It sucks. And the line is, that's the curse of the survivors. We have to live with our dead. And I think that's something Oren needed to hear. And that's a deep line, right? Like, it kind of gets you right in the gut.
It's like a stabby dagger to the kidneys, maybe.
Yep. Yep.
But it definitely turns her off of her food, which is probably good because they did have the conversation here about everything being covered in sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And Lou even tells her that in town she got a stew
That
and they
was somehow
decided to put
sweet.
syrup on it.
I just can't.
No, I would like my stew to have a savory taste.
Yes.
I don't
Agreed.
know that I've ever had a sweet stew. So after this breakfast conversation, we're using the term breakfast loosely, Oren goes to get dressed and decides to only break 2 of the ribbing,
The
the
bones.
boning
Yeah.
in her corset dress so that she looks a little nice for Slade.
Well, sure. He got to breathe, but show off the girls.
And while she's doing that, she comes back out and Lou has her Fae book.
The secret book. The book she should not have.
And Oren asks her where she got that, and Lou tells her she needs better hiding spaces because she did just hide it in a dress.
Lou is a ninja. I'm convinced.
Lou is a thief, and I love it. Probably not as good as Judd.
So this is the series of chapters that we do find out the history of all of the Wrath, and I love that.
Yes.
But before we get into those,
We have to first get out of the room.
we have to get out of the room. So how are they going to get out?
The same way that Lou came in.
The balcony.
The balcony.
Oren's arch nemesis.
Because there are no guards watching the balcony.
Well, and Oren asks her, okay, so we're going out the balcony, and then what? How are we getting the rest of the way?
We're going to walk right through the front gate.
What?
Isn't that fantastic?
What could go wrong?
It's fine.
So Lou, like, parkours off the balcony,
She
right?
just, like, hops off and drops down. This is
Yeah,
3 stories, guys.
she like a cat. She just lands on her feet and walks
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
As Orin slowly swings herself down
It was
by her
better than her
ribbons.
first attempt.
100% better than her first attempt. Still not great,
Still
but
not
she's getting
great.
better, and when you're a
Yes.
beginner, any improvement is improvement.
Progress is progress.
Yes.
Yep. So now we have the, like, Mission Impossible theme song going on as
Yes.
they're sneaking around, right?
Yes.
Lou keeps checking the pocket watch, like she's got the guard schedule memorized or something.
She absolutely does.
Yeah. Orin is having a small panic attack the whole time, but she's very quiet and calm and internally panicking.
Really? She's not talking the whole time, and Lou doesn't tell her to shut up?
Only like 3 or 4 times,
Oh,
which
okay.
is quiet for Orin.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then they just kinda, like, walk out of the front gate. All the
Yes,
guards magically get distracted whenever they should have seen them.
exactly.
Magically get distracted every time they should have seen them.
What are you trying to say there? Gabby, what are you trying to tell us?
That we finally learn Lou's magic. Lou has magic.
Lou has magic?
Lou has magic.
Just a little bit.
Baby bit. But it's
Just a teeny bit.
more than what Midas has.
And Lou explains to her that her magic is she can divert people's attention
Mhm.
so that they don't notice her, which
Yeah.
for a thief is a fantastic skill.
Great skill.
We know about the dude that's the assassin that turns to smoke, which
Mhm.
is handy dandy.
Yep.
And now we know that Lou can divert attention, which is fantastic also. Yes.
Yep.
So Lou gets them to the Fourth Army's camp, and she realizes that she really missed it.
Orin realized, yeah,
Like,
she's just
this
like,
is coming home.
this feels so much better than walking through a castle."
Yes. And she even considers Osric family, which is
Mhm.
weird. So, final thoughts on this chapter?
She's got some post-bang guilt. Who doesn't? Lou, it shows up like a big sister that Orin didn't know she needed, right? Like, Lou's really taking Orin kind of under her wing and, like, guiding her through life and being like, "Listen, we all have shit that happens to us. It's how you handle it going forward,"
Yes.
kinda thing. Orin is low-key improving her stealth skill, we think, so far.
She's working on it.
Yes. And castle security, we have been led to believe so far, is hot garbage. Schofield, trash. He is no Digby.
No.
And oh boy, do we hate Schofield at the end of this book.
Yes. 100%.
Mhm. Chapter 35.
Chapter 35 Walking Through the Camp.
Orin's home
But it's not so much home when everybody's watching her
and
and
staring at her
giving her
and
the side eye.
yeah.
They're not outright hating her. They're just kind of giving her a look that says, maybe you shouldn't be here.
Well, and not only that, but it's kind of like how I picture high school again, like when
Oh.
something bad happened, you were the cause of all the drama, whatever.
Yes.
And you walk through the lunchroom and everyone stops talking as you walk by and the whispers start behind you. That's kind
Uh-huh.
of what I pictured.
So goes ahead and asks Lou, do they hate me?
And Lou is the friend that we all need, but we all hate a little bit. We don't hate. We hate in the moment, appreciate later on.
Fair.
And Lou says, they don't hate you. They just don't trust you. Not while you're still Midas's pet, which is painful to hear, but I think it was really important that Orin heard that.
I agree. And to her credit, she doesn't lift her hood up and try and hide. She stands up a little straighter
Squares her shoulders,
and
chin
just keeps
up.
walking.
Yep. Not everyone needs to know what's going on in Orin's personal life, right? No one needs to know that she's banging Slade.
Exactly.
They just don't need to know.
Oh, I mean, the Wrath needs to know because they're nosy little brats.
They're the healthy inner circle that Akatar should have had.
Okay. I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Okay.
hold each other accountable. They don't let any shit happen. And I'm not going to say that they never squabble because they obviously do. Orin has a little bit of light bonding with a
She
random
does.
soldier in the Fourth Kingdom.
She's met Inga before.
Hey,
One time.
not a main character,
Just a nice side character.
A nice side piece.
Exactly. So,
But yeah, they complain about the corsets.
well, she comes up to give Lou an update about training and how the people on Lou's side are doing. And then
Lou has a left flank, right flank, left flank.
one of the flanks. So Lou says, "Why don't you go into town?"
Relax.
And Inga's like, "Have you seen the corsets the women wear here?"
Well, and Inga is in her army leathers, right?
Yes.
She is dressed like just very casually. The leathers are worn exactly perfect. They're super comfy. She doesn't want to put on her go to town corset.
And of course, Oren does agree with her. This is where
Yep.
their bonding comes in.
Yep. Yep. And then Inga kind of like peels off to go
Yes.
relax and says, "Catch you later, Gildy." And Oren's like, "Great. Love that that caught on.
Love it.
Love that for me."
And then they start to get closer to a familiar campfire and tent, and the Wrath is sitting around it, and Oren's gold eyes lock eyes with some midnight colored ones, and she just stops.
Full on just stops, just
Yeah.
like they make eye contact. She crashes to a halt, and Luke keeps walking.
Lou probably just rolls her eyes and continues on because, my God, they're so dumb.
Yes. Yeah.
So Slade's in full rip form tonight
He has to be. He's in the Fourth Kingdom.
in the camp, yes.
Yeah.
And the look they're giving each other.
Steve.
And so her ribbons start leading her over because she doesn't move. And finally, somebody says something to her eventually.
I don't remember who broke the
I'm pretty
silence
sure it was
first.
Judd
Probably Judd. Yeah.
that kind of wakes her up like, "Hello,
Are you still there?
get with
Yeah.
it."
And so she just says hi, which is super weird and
That's
awkward.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the way I would start it too.
But anyway, she's sitting next to he's in rip form, right? You
Yes.
said?
Yes.
And so that means he's got his spikes, he's got his fangs, he's full on army commander.
Yes.
And Orin is distracted sitting next to him or looking at him and
Mhm.
being like, I wonder what it would be like if his fang lightly dragged down my.
And Osric comes out with the best line, "Breast or leg?"
I was like, I'm sorry. What?
What?
And he's like, do you want the breast or the leg from this wild beast that I caught and murdered?
Yeah. She finally says leg, and he hands her a leg.
I'm picturing like bigger than the giant turkey legs you get at like the Renaissance fairs,
Yes.
Leg.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Rip has to take some of it from her so that she can actually eat it
Yeah.
because it's you can clearly see that she's having some issues.
Yes. Yeah. But she's just chilling by this campfire and it's just so familiar and calm and just friendly. It's like chilling with a campfire with all your friends, right?
Yes. And
Yeah.
they're all sitting, talking, BSing.
She wants to know if the Wrath all have tricks like Lou has.
He's not specific. He doesn't give her a direct answer to that.
And then she asks if the Wrath knows that he changes coats.
Well, the way she says it originally is just, "Do they know?"
Yeah.
So, of course, he has to poke fun at her a little.
And specify.
Yeah. And so she asks if they know that he changes coats, and he says, "Yes."
Of course they do.
And that's when Judd cuts in with, "Has to choose between spikes coming out of his ass or magic lines drawn down his unmentionables."
And that's when Orin is like, he doesn't have magic lines on his ... And everyone ends up laughing.
It was Osric he had the bet with.
Of course the dudes had the bet.
But Judd's at least honest with her and tells her that, they're super nosy and know everything about each other,
Yeah.
like, including how many times Osric shits.
Yeah, that's a whole conversation I could do
Have
without.
lived without reading. But it does give her a chance to get into the group and the
Mhm.
joking, because she
Yeah.
does make sure that Rip in his spiked form
Does not have any spikes coming out of his ass.
exactly, which I would be curious about too, just to make sure, because
I mean, you
pants would
never
have to be
know. Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But for all she knows, the spikes do go all the way down, you know,
Mhm.
his whole backside.
Yeah. So, this is just maybe the second point in her life that she's ever just sat around with a group of people and just talked
Yes.
and like, had friends and like friendly conversation and there was no strings attached anywhere or It was yeah.
Sale really prepared her for this, which was good. Sad, but good.
Ugh.
I'm still sad about Sale.
I'm still not convinced Sale actually had to die. I get why he did. I'm still mad about it.
I think Sale would have gotten along swimmingly with Judd and Lou and
I think
eventually Osric.
there would have been a lot of resistance at first
At
because I think
first,
Sale was I think he was unapologetically loyal to Midas.
I can get behind that, yeah.
And so I think he would have been very much against Orin hanging out with the Fourth Army.
What? No, it's fine. They have better wine.
That is a great, like, friendship meter if you can share a bottle of wine.
Or at least drink next to each other with wine
Mhm.
and maybe share a little from your bottle with the other person. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, Orin admits that she's envy that Rip can change forms.
Yes.
She basically says something to the effect of, "I would love to stop being gold for a night."
And Slade Rip handles it not so great. Well, he handles it fine. He looks at her and gently grabs her chin and turns her to face him so that she's looking at him.
Mhm.
And he says, "Never say that. The world would be a dreary place without your light."
I would cry.
Swoon.
I would cry. Like, if someone said that to me, I would cry.
And they're having their moment. And Judd, of course, has to ruin it
Because it's Judd.
because it's Judd. And I am absolutely Judd. I don't handle awkward moments well.
Oh, yeah, I would try to break it with a
So
joke for sure.
he goes, "Rip's being cute and it's making me want to vomit." And Rip says, "Lou,
Will you smack him for me?
smack him for me." And she does because
Happily.
Lou enjoys the violence.
Yeah. Their whole camaraderie is healthy and fun,
Yes.
and it's just a good friend group. They
Yes.
balance each other out. They're not afraid to talk shit about each other, but, like, hold each other accountable.
And they're serious when they need to be serious.
Yes. Yeah. When someone needs them, they're all gonna drop everything and be there.
Yeah. So this results in Osric suggesting that they go find Lou more wine because it puts her in a less violent mood.
Also the
So
best way to handle me. Yep.
so Judd and Osric and Lou leave.
Leaving Rip and Orin all alone.
Yes.
Um, but the chapter ends with, "So, Goldfinch, now that we're all alone, what should we do?" And her responding with, "Well, I got a few ideas." Flirty.
Like
Flip.
what? Now, I do like that she's slowly finding her place in this group.
Mhm. She's being integrated really well without being, like, forced into it, right?
Mhm.
It's not like trying to force a square peg in a round hole kinda thing. She's kinda being able to be slid in really easily.
Mhm. Slade's still the best
Yeah, the best emotional
emotional
support
support
system,
system.
yeah.
Judd, we just talked about, we love Judd
Yep,
and we
I'm team
trust him.
Judd. Lou could kill us with a look, and we would say thank you. Mhm, mhm,
Agreed.
yep, and Osric is terrifying but useful.
I like Osric.
I know you do. I'm not judging.
That's fine.
He grows on me. My first time reading through, I was not team Osric at this point.
Let's just go to chapter 36 instead.
More banging,
More Orin.
more oral.
That's true.
So we opened to this chapter with them
Kissing.
making out. Yeah. It's like high school makeout session, and I love it.
Yeah, I like that she has to pull back to breathe for a minute.
And he's like, "Nope, that's not happening. I breathe for you now."
He's so sweet. Anyway, so they decide to take it to the tent,
He
and
carries her to the tent.
when he gets her in there, he sets her down and she says, "It looks a little different in here." Because you can see where her pallet used to be, or her cot,
Her sleeping bed, yeah.
is armor now, his armor and some other stuff. And he lets her know that since the sleeping arrangements are a bit different,
He's combined their beds.
he combined their beds.
Aw.
She starts to strip, and when she drops her coat, the book comes out.
She drops her book, and Slade is, like, into this book.
Well, yeah, it's a Fae book. It's
Mhm.
not supposed to exist.
Yep, and so he's super interested, and she's like, "Sir,
Excuse me.
eyes down here. I'm trying to
Exactly.
seduce you."
And this is Orin's first initiation
We'll go with that, yeah.
into oral sex because this has never happened to her before.
And she is Initially, she's worried. She's like, "What are you doing?
Yeah, this
What
has
is
never happened
happening?"
before. I'm very uncomfortable,
Yeah,
and he walks her through it with his wonderful dirty talk and just kind of calms her down.
yeah, yep. And my favorite line is, "I'm the luckiest bastard in the realm," because he discovers that she's never had this done to her before.
Yes,
Done for her is probably a better way to phrase that instead of done
yes.
to her. So, he is not shy. He's going in on it like a Thanksgiving feast, and I love that for her.
He tells her, "Your taste is my new favorite flavor,"
Mhm.
and he's already told her that she's his new favorite color.
Yep.
So,
So, listening to the audiobook version of this, like, while I was in the shower and, like, my boyfriend was out in the living room, I was like, "Oh, hope you're ready for this."
okay. Well, after he finishes and she climaxes,
Does she? I didn't think she actually finished, did she?
yes, yeah, her ribbons hold him in place,
That's true. Yeah.
and
One of her lines is, "So this is how it can be with the right person."
exactly,
Mhm. All my life, I thought sex was just sex.
exactly.
Mhm.
And then we get to the tease fest.
That's when he edges her. That's what I was
He
thinking.
he, uh, he takes off his pants, and he's just teasing her,
Yep.
just
Shallow.
barely,
Yeah.
shallow,
Yep.
thrusting, and she is having none of
None
that.
of that. She's not about that.
Nope. Her ribbons help her flip him on his back,
Mhm.
and she takes control. And I
Good for
wonder
her,
again,
if that's a
she's having a
first.
lot of firsts, so
Yeah.
I wonder if this is a first for her too,
I mean, probably,
because
let's think about it, like, her first time in Second Kingdom, right? First?
the first time she had sex was in Second Kingdom.
So at Second Kingdom, the first time she was told to just lie back and take it, I can
Yes,
almost guarantee all of her other patrons were
just
just
as romantic.
mhm. Sure,
Yeah,
we'll go with that. I can almost promise you that Midas was very similar in his romance
yes,
because, again, it was all about him.
yes,
So in 10 years of lying on your back to just take control like that, good for her.
I agree.
I love that for her.
And his dirty talk.
His dirty talk, "The wine is making me hot," is definitely not Slade's
It's
dirty
definitely not
talk.
Slade's
Yeah.
dirty talk. Okay. I like that he tells her to give me your eyes,
Yes.
but his his statement about, "Look at my wanton female riding my cock." Sir, I don't know how I would react in real life to have that kind of dirty talk, but in fiction,
In
I
the
really
book,
enjoy
yeah.
it.
Raven does a great job with the dirty talk and making it not cringy.
Yeah, I agree. Because some of the books that I've read, it's so fucking weird.
Yeah, like Kiss the Ball Sack.
Anytime somebody's like, "Daddy,"
I can't
I
get
I
into the
still
daddy.
I still this is not my yum, and if it is yours, enjoy it. When it they start to do that in the books, I tend to skip those chapters or
I
just
call
that section.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, so she finishes again because she took control because our girl
Yes.
is not she's going through a sexual awakening and
Yes.
we love that for her, right? Like we're all for that.
And
Yeah.
this is so she's been with Rot Ravenger.
It's
And
like
yeah, well, I was doing a comparison between she has now been with Slade in both of
mhm,
his forms.
yep.
And I don't think we ever find out which one she likes more.
All she says, cause Slade is very considerate. He's like,
Mhm.
"I know the spikes make you uncomfortable. They won't hurt you, but for
Yes.
now, we'll
Drop them back down,
yeah,
which is probably good because he'd have torn the bedding when she flipped him
yeah,
had they been out.
yeah."
I just throwing that out there.
I'm guessing he has enough control that he would have been able to retract
Fine.
mid-flip, but
But they finish and they're laying there and everything is wonderful
right, you got
and
the aftercare snuggles, like
reality sets in.
Oren ends this chapter with just saying, quote, "We should talk," which, like, I would immediately be like, "So you're breaking up with me,"
Mhm.
right? Like, that's would you not
She's about to drop that one on him too. Like, not that she's breaking up with him, but
that she's leaving?
that she was gonna leave and not say anything. But as she's getting dressed, she lets him know Midas has Digby.
Yeah.
And he just wants to know, so he says, "Tell me." And she starts to tell him everything.
So, final thoughts from this chapter. Like, as
Yes.
we ended this chapter, my final thought is Slade is the ideal book boyfriend.
Yes.
He's
I can
like
get
the
behind that.
blueprint that every boyfriend should be based off of,
And Orin is mid-stride into her sexual awakening.
which we love for her.
Yes.
I think the pacing is finally starting to pick up, which thank fucking God. I do think a lot of the reason why people struggle with this series is because it's what, a 6-book series?
For now.
So, there's been so many books that are rushed to be published out there that, like, they're only 1 or 2 books, and so they're used to a lot faster
Pace.
world building and pace and all of that, and, like, it probably could have been 5 books, 4 and a half, because I think the next book we're gonna kinda fly through. I enjoyed the next book. I know you did not enjoy it as much.
Not as much.
So, we'll talk about how we're gonna pace the next book because I
Yes.
think the next book is where they lose a lot of readers too.
Yeah.
So, but there's a lot of emotional intimacy woven into the spice too. There's a lot of talk about consent and
Yes.
just the feelings. It's yeah.
And then we move to chapter 37.
Orin would not be a very good spy.
No.
No. She tells Slade everything. Just like and I'm picturing just like post-coitus aura and just, like, word vomiting everything. You know what I mean? Like, you're in that afterglow and you're just like, "Here's all of my trauma."
But she had to be dressed for this, just so you know. It's like the Gilmore Girls episode where her mom calls her
Mhm,
and she
mhm.
has just had sex and
Yeah,
she gets dressed
yeah,
because she's on the phone with her mom and getting dressed because she can't be naked because her mom would know. And I felt
and
that situation with this.
Emily would know,
Emily would
100%.
absolutely know.
Emily would absolutely know. Yeah.
So that's kind of she's dressed, she tells him the whole story, and then he gets the wrath together and they meet in
Her
the
tent,
war tent. She's been here before, it's where they first had dinner.
the
Her,
first time.
Osric, and Rip ate in this room at this table. Osric is still sitting in his spot,
But
but Slade is sitting next to her this time.
mhm,
And she tells everybody everything. The story about Rissa, the escape plans, Digby,
everything.
everything.
And the Wrath are on her side,
Yes.
but they're so on her side that they're like, "This Rissa character.
Oh, yes.
We gotta get rid of her. We can't trust her. We don't know her. She's not one of us." Little toxic of the wrath, but I get where they're coming from.
I 100% get them because if it was me and all I had for information was Digby is missing, we have to find him. Lou, that's going to be your job. This Rissa person, she's got all of this information. She knows too much. And we know that Oren trusts her, but guys, Oren's kind of sus because she trusted Midas for 10 years.
Orin's not sus.
Maybe
She's
we
just
should just
dumb.
kill her and just to protect the secret.
And Orin has to be like, she knows a lot, but she doesn't know everything and she doesn't know the truth about everything.
I've let her come to her own conclusions.
Hmm. Because remember, Rissa still thinks that Orin's power comes from the fact that Midas Gold touched her. So
Yes,
Rissa still thinks that Midas has the power. And why wouldn't she? In order to be a ruler, you have to have the power.
exactly.
I do not blame Rissa for not coming to the conclusion that we as readers have come to.
I agree.
And
And
Orin is very against murdering Rissa. She's like, you can't just murder her. She's just a woman who's trying to survive in a man's world.
tying up loose strings.
But she's doing what she needs to do to survive in a man's world.
Can't trust the fact that she's going to want money again later, and she will use this against you or sell you to the highest bidder.
Which is something that Judd brought up, which kind of surprised me because we've kind of written off Judd as like the funny guy, right? And so for him to bring up like she can use this against you later reinforces the fact that Judd is the Cassian in this group, where he's written off as the funny guy or the himbo, but he's really just as smart as everyone else.
Yes. And then they also do turn to Lou because Oren has said, I've searched as much as I can, but I'm restricted because
Because I'm the
technically I'm
favored.
supposed to have guards and I'm kind of um, a little bit
Sorry.
conspicuous.
Yeah.
And she tells him about the anteroom with all the doors and how she's checked all the doors, and everybody turns and looks at Lou, and she's like, "What?" And Lou agrees and says, "Yes, this is correct. I've been to these ones too.
Yep.
None of them led anywhere." So they determine that Digby has to be in the dungeon somewhere. Lou, who we find out has been guarding Prince Niven
Yes.
to make sure that he doesn't accidentally have an accidental accident from Midas.
How many times did you say accident in that sentence? I
I
think I
don't
need to
know.
take a drink for every time you said that.
I don't know. But they
But
decide that
Oren's like, "Oh, shit. Guarding Niven is actually a good idea. You
yes,
can't trust Midas to not take out an heir." So
especially before he comes into his power.
mhm. Yeah.
So it's decided that Judd will watch Niven while Lou continues to search the castle and try and find where Digby is.
So part of Lou's job was to search the castle, but her main job was to protect Niven. So
Yes,
she had a two-prong attack, but she's like, "I'm spending so much time protecting Niven, I can't do both. Something's gotta give."
I agree. And we find out that Osric and Judd want to just kill Midas, which I am down for.
I will say it is the cleanest approach as far as, like, initial just be done with him.
Yes.
I
Um,
can't fault them for that logic.
and after the discussions of murder, death, killing Rissa and Polly,
Mhm.
because if they kill Rissa, they'd have to kill Polly too.
And I don't think Oren defends Polly a lot.
Mm-mm,
Maybe,
mm-mm.
like, a half-hearted, like, "Oh, no, don't kill Polly.
Slade finally says, instead of killing them,
What if we take them with
what if
us?"
we just take them with us? That way I can still watch them.
And Oren's heart flutters. She's like, "Oh, you would take all of us with you?"
He didn't catch the all of, no, she doesn't catch that all of them are going with him
That's true.
until he says, because you're going too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah,
leaving here without you too.
right. But Oren still, like, melts a little bit. I think that's
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that's the first time she started falling for him, but I'm gonna say that's the first time that kinda, like, cemented her decision that he was a good guy, right?
I agree. He's said the L word to her already and
Yeah.
told her that she's in love with him, which
She has not yet admitted.
she is refusing to admit even to herself, even though
Yes.
it's true.
Painfully obvious for all of us involved.
Oh yes, even the poor Wrath has to be like, oh. Also, want to point out we're having this meeting with the Wrath. Fake Rip is not here, guys.
Fake Rip is not here. Fake Rip would have thrown a wrench into everything.
Yes, I agree. So
That's a good call out.
we've got decisions are made for what everyone's job is going to be next. Lou's job is to find Digby. Orange's job is to go back and
And play.
not die.
Yeah.
The next day, Slade is going to meet her in his Ravager form in the library
Mhm.
to give her an update
Yep.
so that they can do more planning.
At sundown, I wanna say?
I'm not
Maybe?
real sure. I just know he's going to be in the library and everybody has their jobs. And it's like, all right, team, let's go. Break.
And break. I will say, Judd is very willing to jump in
Mhm.
head first in all of this, and he did not have to be. He could
No.
have been like, "I gave my idea, that's what we're sticking with." But again, this is a very healthy group of individuals where they're
Mhm.
like, "Okay, I don't necessarily agree. I've said my piece. I see where you're also coming from, so this is the agreement we made. We're doing this
For now.
for now." Yeah,
And
Judd.
Slade and Lou start to
Jude.
walk Oren back to the castle.
Mhm. Slade's not gonna make it all the way back to the castle
No,
though,
he will
because
not
they
go
get
all the way.
well, A, he couldn't go all the way anyway. Like, he just couldn't.
Right.
And B, they get interrupted by a hawk,
Yes.
and Orin almost dies. She's a little dramatic.
I thought it was fantastic. The hawk comes down and she notices that it's got a high bell
Wax seal.
seal on it. And they explain to her this is where she finally finds out that he has his hawks trained to attack the other hawks and take their
And
messages
intercept the messages
and bring them to him so that he can
first.
read it. And then he just leaves his hawk with them. And then they all come to him to deliver the messages so he can look at them, reseal it so it doesn't look like it's ever been opened,
Mhm.
and send it on its way.
It's such a genius military move.
It
Like,
really is.
it really is. But the message that the hawk had is, quote, "Cold weather has gone, clear skies ahead." And at this point, we as readers are screaming that we know what's happening. Even I, the vibe reader, knew what was happening, but they don't know. The Wrath doesn't,
Nope.
Orin doesn't. They're just confused about cold weather has gone. It's Sixth Kingdom. It's always
It's
fucking
always
cold
cold.
there. Yeah. What are you talking about? And I do love the fact that I'm gonna spoil this, that Melina's code name is Cold Weather.
Yes.
I love that for her.
Yes. And so they're walking back and she thanks them.
So this is also where we find out some of the Brat's backstory
Yes.
in this chapter. So Osric was recruited because he knocked Slade off his horse, and he was like, "Well, you clearly got to be on my side now. So
Yes.
come on over." He was a mercenary prior to this. Yep. And so Osric
First
recruited
Kingdom.
him. First Kingdom, I think. So they recruited him, and he's been there ever since.
Judd was
A thief.
a thief and they kept jailing him and he would escape and just wait until they found him.
He like, not only would he wait till they found him, he would break out of the jail cell and then sit in front of the jail cell,
Yes.
right outside of it, just to be like, "I got out, but I'm still here." So, Ravenger finally had to offer him a deal so that he would quit embarrassing their jail system.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't remember Lou's story.
We don't talk about Lou's story other than she was young
That's right,
and she was recruited when she was little.
and that's all we know.
And she was his first of the 3.
And we do like, Orin's like, "Well, that's weird, but I have enough of my own history. I'm not gonna push
Yes.
this." So, Rip peels off to go reseal the letter so he can send it off to the original recipient, and Lou and Orin try to sneak back into the castle, and they're chatting, they're quietly sneaking back in, they're having some girl talk.
Before we talk about that,
I've already talking about
I'm
it.
sorry. I wanted to talk about the part where she says thank you and she thanks them because they're willing to help her even though she's nothing to them.
Rip does not like that.
He does not handle that well. And he tells her he's going to let that slide once and says, "But hear me now, Orin, you are not nothing." And he wants to make sure she understands that. And of course, Lou has to pick on her.
Well, yeah,
You
because it
got
wouldn't
in
be Lou if it
trouble.
wasn't.
You got in trouble.
So they're sneaking back and they're having some girl talk, and they're Lou and Orin are like, "Thank you for sneaking me back. Thank you for helping. So much
Yeah.
better than hanging out with that gold prick."
Yes.
Yeah. And then they round a corner and they literally almost bump into Queen Kalia, who, if we remember, has the power to capture voices.
What?
Crazy. Let me get to the actual what they talked about.
What are you looking for?
I was looking for the actual end of chapter 37.
Oh, got it.
Okay. Do you want to read what they were talking about?
Says, "Thanks for sneaking me in and out. It was nice to spend time with Rip." And Lou smirks and says, "I'm sure better company than the golden prick, huh?" And Orin agrees, "Much better." And then they walk around a corner and right into Queen Kalia.
So, Kalia knows that Orin spent the night not with Midas. She thinks it's Commander Rip because remember, we readers and Orin and the Wrath know that Rip is Ravager, Ravager is Slade, Slade is Rip.
Yes.
So, no one else has quite made that connection yet.
Right.
So, Kalia knows that she spent the night with Rip.
With Commander Rip.
Yep.
And
Which, that's a huge deal. She's
yes.
Midas's favored.
Yes.
So, let's talk about chapter 38. Yeah.
The craziest part about this is Lou didn't even realize they were there.
Yes. So the fact that Lou did not realize, like, that makes me think that, like, Kalia's power hides them somehow. You know what
I
I mean?
think she can create like a silence bubble around herself
A
or
cone of silence kind of thing.
exactly.
Well, we know she can, and we'll get to
'Cause
that
she's
later on
yeah,
in this
she's
chapter.
gonna tell us that in this
Mhm.
chapter, but
Yeah,
I think that she had one around her and her guards, which is why
probably.
Lou didn't hear them.
Yeah, because Lou, even when Lou is quote unquote relaxed, she's still,
Aware.
especially when she's taking Orin back to her rooms.
Yes. And It's Kalia and her guards, and the sigil that the guards wear is the islands and a shark.
A shark fin. Yeah, the dorsal fin of a shark.
Yes. So, and there's Kalia just smiling at them. And Oren apologizes and says, "We didn't realize you were out and about."
Also, why is Kalia out wandering around at night?
It's the best time to catch gossip.
Everyone's drinking, everyone's gossiping. You and
It's
I, when we get together and drink, we gossip. We spill the tea.
it's nighttime and people are
Mhm.
their their guard is down more
Yeah.
because
Agreed.
they think it's safe. They're at home talking to their significant others.
It's late at night. No
It's
one
late at
else is
night.
awake. Yep.
Exactly. It's safe.
Mhm. Yep.
So then Clea asks Oren to walk with her and basically dismisses Lou.
Not basically. She literally says, "You are dismissed."
Mhm.
Yeah.
See,
And
that's what I
Lou
said.
and Lou is like, how do you argue with a queen
Mhm.
when you're a guard? Like,
You just go.
you can't. Yeah, the
Exactly.
best you can do is go tell Rip, but what is that going to accomplish?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so everyone is doing the court talk, right? They're all smiling, they're all polite, they're all so Kalia and Oren start walking,
Yes.
and there's a guard that walks ahead of them to break the snow because they're not walking on a path.
No, they're walking in the snow, so he's and Kalia lets Oren know that Queen Melina is dead.
That doesn't happen till much later. So
Oh,
what happens all through this is like Kalia she's playing the verbal game, right? Like it's so weird that you were with a fourth army guard
yes, I'm sorry.
instead of your own guards. Why weren't with you with some of the Sixth Kingdom guards or the Fifth Kingdom guards? Which lets Oren know that she knows, right? It's that
Yes.
Friends episode where like I know that you know that she knows that they know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And so they keep walking and Kalia keeps talking and they end up in the timber wing roost.
Ru
And that's when Kalia
That's when
drops the
Kalia tells her.
bomb.
Right.
Yeah, that there's riots going on in the Sixth Kingdom. Queen Melina is dead. Oh, and also I'm engaged to Midas. So this thing that you and Midas have going on, is that going to be an issue? Are we going to have any trouble?
Can you just disappear?
Kalia is not a girl's girl. I'm just
No.
saying.
And she doesn't share her toys.
Nope. And she's essentially blackmailing Orin to be like,
Oh,
look,
that's right, because she does her playback. Because she's able to open her mouth, and
and the exact
Oren
words
and
come
Lou's
out.
voices come out
Mhm.
of it.
Yeah, she's like a tape recorder, which
It's creepy.
aged me. Yeah, it is creepy. It's so yeah, Kalia, I don't want to say blackmails Orin, but lets her know on uncertain terms, like, you need to leave. Also, I know about Mist, and that will
Yes.
be handled.
Handled.
Emphasis on handled.
Yes.
And so Kalia does give her an out. She says, "Okay, I know you've been with the commander. I know you've been with Fourth Army. Leave with them and disappear, or I'm gonna tell Midas everything. So your fate is in my hands."
I Oren's shocked at all of this, but she realizes that she definitely underestimated Kalia.
I think everyone does. I think Midas underestimates her too.
Midas 100% underestimates her because she's a woman.
Do you think that Melina ever met with Kalia?
I don't think so. No. Because why would Kalia want to go up to the Sixth Kingdom?
Well, I was thinking when Melina was by herself, when Midas was down in the fifth, she brought over the queen from
She
Third
brought over
Kingdom.
a noblewoman from her own kingdom
Was it her own
to look
kingdom?
at to look at the atrium area. So everything she was doing was directly in the Sixth Kingdom.
Local. It
She
was
had
local.
she Melina gives zero fucks about any other kingdom but her own.
Which,
Is short-sighted.
yeah, obviously.
But Kalia is making it a point to let Orin know, "We're not gonna play this game. You are no longer gonna be as favored. You need to leave.
You need to leave.
You
If you
can leave
don't leave,
or I'll just kill you.
either one, I don't really
I'm
care.
fine."
I'm giving you an out. So,
Yeah.
and she makes a big deal to point out, like, I normally don't even offer this, so you should take it.
Yes. So Orin is definitely thrown. But she agrees. She's like, "Yeah, absolutely." What else are you gonna say at that point?
How do they bring up Mist?
I don't remember how she brings her up. Are you gonna make me look up stuff? Oh, crap, I ended up in chapter 41, I'm not prepared for that.
But Kalia drops the fact that Melina has been killed, and Orin immediately thinks to the Hawk message.
Yes.
The cold weather has gone from high bell, clear skies ahead, and Orin's like, you can practically see a light bulb dinging above her head.
The other saddles, are any of them going to be a problem? No. It isn't a good idea to lie to me, Orange, she chastises. But it's all right. I already know about the pregnant one.
That's what it is.
Missed. I
Yeah.
can't have my betrothed having bastards, so she won't be an issue for much longer.
Which I'm going to blame the guards on
Gossiping
her.
little fucks.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
Because
or could she have overheard the mender talking to Midas?
either one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many options with her power, right?
Yes.
It could have been she overheard the mender. It could have been the guards gossiping. The fact that Mist was sequestered into her own room is kind of telling in itself, right?
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah. So, and when they're talking about Mist, Queen Kalia makes it very aware that Mist will not be a problem for much longer.
Is it bad that I kind of respect Clea more for that? But
Yes.
I also thought that Miss needed to die.
Why do you think Mist needs to die?
Again, loose end. If he's going to try and play off the child as an heir, or he was going to try to play the child off as an heir, he can't have someone else coming up saying later, "That's my child."
But now Melina's dead, so like that's one less. Melina's dead. That's one less loose end that he thinks he
True.
has to worry about.
But then what's the point of keeping Mist alive? He doesn't want a child if it's not going to be an heir.
I wonder how expensive it is to train new saddles. Like, you know how they say like onboarding new employees costs
I
twice
think
as
they
much
have a
as just
school.
promoting within.
I'm
You
just
think they have
guessing
a
that there's a
saddle school?
school. I've maintained that from like the first book, though. We've talked about this.
Yeah. I mean, how do you get like on the job training otherwise?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
it's not like there's a 30-day return policy. If the king doesn't like you, he just sends you down to a brothel
Yeah.
and you're
And
done.
that's where yeah.
I mean, you could probably charge a little more because you were a king's saddle.
Well, or you have the saddle certification.
Or, well, ride the saddle that rode the king.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Ride the saddle that was ridden by the king.
Yeah. That one.
Anyway,
Yeah. But yeah, so
but
Kalia's basically like, I'm gonna kill Mist. If you don't leave, I'm also gonna kill you.
yeah. And
So
then
not a girl's girl.
she doesn't actually confirm that she's gonna go, but Kalia's like, "I can see that you understand what I'm saying,
Yep.
so I'm glad that we've had this talk. How about you?"
Yeah. So Orin is
Terrified. Hello.
yeah, she was threatened and Mist was threatened. And
Yeah.
so she's like, what the fuck do I do now?
Processing, processing.
Yeah.
And then she drops the other, "Oh, we're gonna announce this at the ball, just so you know."
Hope you're ready.
And Horn's like, "Oh, great."
Cool. I'm glad I'm ready for that.
And then Kalia's like, "Do you wanna pet my hawk?" And that's not a euphemism, guys. She really wants her to pet her Timberwing.
And she doesn't force it, but she basically forces it,
Yeah.
right? You can't politely decline 3 times. And the Timberwing tries to bite off Orin's hand.
And then this
Chapter
chapter ends.
chapter 39.
The dumbest chapter ever.
Yeah, we really should not have ended on this chapter, but
I mean, it is what it is.
the next 9 chapters, next 10 chapters, guys, are gonna be
Chock
everything
full.
gets packed into them.
Yes.
So,
So this chapter opens with Orin deciding that she needs to tell Mist.
which
Makes her a much better human than me.
I do not fault her for it. I don't know if I would have done that, but I do not fault her for it.
No.
She's trying to do the right thing.
Yes.
But again, Miss has guards at her door. So like who knows what the guards are talking about?
And Orin's already freaked out because she's afraid to even say anything because
Mhm.
what if Kalia finds out she said something?
What if Kalia can hear it? What if
Yeah.
Kalia yeah. And
So
so, yeah,
she goes to Mist's room and is just beating on the door because I'm imagining
panicking.
it's got to
Yeah.
be like 2, 3 in the morning at this point.
That's what I'm picturing. Yeah, middle of the night. Yeah.
Yeah. She's beating on the door. And finally, Mist opens the door. She's clearly just woken up. And Orin
Lauren pushes her way into the room.
She
She
does.
doesn't talk in front of the guards.
No, she forces her way into the room, shuts the door, and then bursts out.
She like I'm picturing just like word vomit, right? Like
Yes.
she's probably not making any sense. She's just talking and just trying to get all of this information out for Mist.
And Mist already hates her, guys. I don't know if we've
Mist does
mentioned
not
this
trust her.
once or twice, but Mist hates her. She doesn't trust her. And the only thing she latches onto is, did you say someone's planning to kill me and my unborn child? Is
Midas would
it
never allow that to happen.
Midas wouldn't allow that to happen. How dare you threaten us?
Yeah. And
And she gets angry and she's yelling at her. And Oren's like, you need to stop
you need to shut the
yelling
fuck up.
because she's going to hear us. I don't want her to hear us.
Right. But Mist is convinced that Orin and Kalia are in cahoots.
Yes.
She thinks they're in on it together. And Orin's like, I just wanted to warn you. That's all I can do. I
Yeah.
just want to help. Talk to Rissa. Rissa will tell you that I'm honest.
Yeah. And it is not good, this conversation.
Nope. There's a little bit of a glimmer there, and Orin thinks that it's Miss actually understanding and like believing her.
Yeah. And Oren's trying to get her to leave. She's like,
Mhm.
you need to run.
You need to get
Get
the
out
fuck
of
out.
here.
You can't trust Midas. You can't trust anybody except me.
Talk
Which,
to
okay,
talk to Rissa. Rissa will confirm this.
from Miss' point of view, you're waking me up at 3 a.m.
Mhm.
You're telling me this crazy ass story that I can't trust my baby daddy. The new queen is trying to kill me, and I should talk to Rissa. Like, I don't blame Mist for being skeptical about that.
But at least Oren tries to tell her.
Yeah.
The biggest thing she gets, I think the thing that hits Mist is she tells her a new queen's just not going to allow this to happen.
Why would they?
Like, she's not going to tolerate a baby born from someone else.
Yeah. So, what are you gonna do?
And Oren finally leaves before she calls in the guards to kick her out again.
She makes it back to her room, right? In this chapter?
She, yeah, she does. But Mist wants to know why she would even bother telling her. And Oren says a line that just shows you how naive she is. We saddles should stick together, right?
Oren, yes, women should
Yes.
stick together. However, that's not always gonna happen.
And then she gets, she takes the walk of shame back to her room. It's not a walk of shame, but you know what I mean.
She meanders back to her room, and Schofield and Lowe are there, and they're like,
You've been in your room all day and all night.
what are you doing out
How
here?
did you get out here? And
And she just pushes past them,
yeah,
walks into her room.
she walks into her room and she's got a lot on her mind and she's got to start figuring it out.
Yeah. And that's where we're gonna leave you guys. Love it. I hate it. I hate it so much. But thank you so much for listening to Corks and Cauldron. Be sure to follow us at Corks and Cauldron on all your favorite socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Threads.
If you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review us. Share us with your booksties. Tell the world. It's the best way to spread the word and help our podcast grow because Corks and Cauldron is a self-funded labor of love and your support helps keep the magic alive.
And our glass is full.
So join our Patreon community today at patreon.com/corksandcauldron and maybe even treat us to a bottle of wine.
Yes. So if you have any recommendations on books we should do for our mini episodes or wines that we should pair with any of our episodes, please, please, please let us know. We're always down for suggestions. Our next episode drops Thursday, and we're going to dive deep into chapters 40 through 48 plus the epilogue. And this will be the end of that book. So,
But until next week, guys, eat
drink.
and get lost in a good book.
Cheers.
Cheers.